statement of superhero mythology is there's the superhero and there's the alter ego. Batman is actually Bruce Wayne. Spider-Man is actually Peter Parker. When that character wakes up in the morning, he's Peter Parker. He has to put on a costume to become Spider-Man. And it is in that characteristic Superman stands alone. Superman didn't become Superman. Superman was born Superman. When Superman wakes up in the morning, he's Superman. His alter ego is Clark Kent. His outfit with the big red S, that's the blanket he was wrapped in as a baby when the Kents found him. Those are his clothes. What Kent wears, the glasses, the business suit, that's the costume. That's the costume Superman wears to blend in with us. Clark Kent is how Superman views us. And what are the characteristics of Clark Kent? He's weak. He's unsure of himself. He's a coward. Clark Kent is Superman's critique on the whole human race. Sort of like Beatrix Kiddo and Mrs. Tommy Plimpton.
So the point emerges.
You would have worn the costume of Arlene Plimpton, but you were born Beatrix Kiddo. And every morning when you woke up, you'd still be Beatrix Kiddo. Oh, you can take the needle out.
Are you calling me a superhero?
I'm calling you a killer. A natural born killer. You always have been, and you always will be.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? NBC The Game live from Taiwan, the real District 13. Shaolin, we just made it through a major hurricane. My park's destroyed. Well, not totally destroyed, but a lot of these old onion trees are uprooted. Debris everywhere. The neighbors' garages got blown off into the ethers. But we're here. I'm here. We're streaming live. Good to have everybody here. Welcome back. Shout out to Shadow Buddha in the building. Thanks for posting those links, my brother. You're indispensable. Markella, appreciate you. Everyone, be sure to hit the like, subscribe. Yeah, the music's a little loud right now. Thank you for telling me. Got a little excited. Okay, there we go. She said she's being kind. She said a little loud. Thank you, Yolanda. Hey, what's up? I was saying that we made it NBC The Game live from District 13. We made it through the typhoon. You know, the park got all messed up. Trees uprooted, debris everywhere, but we're good. My neighbor's door and garage doors were ripped off, some of them. Never to be seen again. But we're here. We're streaming live. Good to have you, everybody. Thank you, Shadow Buddha. What's up, Cynthia in the building? OTW somewhere. Peace, my friend. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to all. Wow, it's Monday for you guys. It's Tuesday for me. But yeah, shout out to everyone in the building. Mi hermano, Yolanda, Markella, Buddha, Neutral Ground, good to see you. Shadow and Light, Hurricane Pero, always a pleasure. Big Dog, True Keys, Mel's gonna show up. Oh, she did. She didn't tell me. Well, we shall see. Let's go for sure. Let's go. Let's do this. Just Becca in the building. Yeah. So today's topic is Jess White versus Chris the Brick. Buddhist Right Speech. Backbiting and speaking harsh truths with love. Yeah, should be a good one. Matter of fact, we do this for Ben and friends to learn to get better for ourselves. That's the plan, to get better every day, right? Something like that. So welcome back, family, to another stream where the goal is not just to react, but to evolve, and not just to watch the drama. However, we are gonna transcend from it and keep rising to the top, right? And tonight we're going to be diving into something deep. Buddhist Right Speech and how it can help us stop the cycle, or at least turn it down a bit as much as we can, of backbiting and ego beefs, especially in those Panelverse YouTube streets and in our real lives too, right? But this is becoming a fusion of real life as well. That needs to be acknowledged as well. Shout out to the full moon in Capricorn, right? Everyone's looking at their status right now, Capricorn. Obstacles are being met and pushed through. Yeah, jump around. So don't worry, we're not here to be preachy monks. We're gonna keep it raw and real and relatable as always. So get your tea, light some incense, and if you need to, let's upgrade our minds together. So some people are saying, like, who is Jess White? Oh, well, a lot of us know who Jess White is. She's a friend of the show. She has a great stream from Australia where she talks about a lot of male-female dynamics, like relationship, social, sexual dynamics. Talks about exposes the hidden traps out there that are laid down by governments and corporations that don't have our best interests. So she does a lot of good work. And then there's Chris the Brick, who's on the other side of the pond of the wilderness of North America. He's a friend. I like Chris. I consider him a friend. He He's hilarious, man. He's a bricklayer from Northern England, and I think he's from Northern England, Newcastle. And yeah, his stream is it's wild. It's wild, and he has a lot of good takes as well. So I mean, we were building with him on Chris Lestrange, the legend. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we had a lot of fun. So I guess there's been little points of contention with them. Maybe we can learn from it if we watch it a little bit. Keep in mind right speech. What's up, Nude Guru? Raw. I make sure everything remains raw. Yeah, raw and real, baby. Evening, folks. What's going on to the Shifty one? Shout out to Shift. Maybe we can put his channel in the chat, man. Shifty he's back. He's streaming. He was streaming on the Iran, U.S., Israel conflict, doing his thing. High-powered consciousness right there. My brother. Yeah. They put Jess White and Chris the Bricks channels are embedded in the description of this live, so you can please check them out. Right. So real quick before we get into the video, just to recap, we talked about right speech yesterday and what Buddhist right speech is and why it matters. Let me just say, like in Buddhism, there's something called the Eightfold Path, and one part of this path is called right speech. And it's not just about being nice, it's about aligning your words with your consciousness, your integrity, and also your soul's mission, right? And there's 4 points to keep in mind with right speech. Don't lie, even if it's convenient. Don't slander or gossip, even if it's juicy. Don't use abusive or harsh speech, even if you're mad. And don't engage in idle chatter, even if you're bored. Now, I know what you're thinking, bruh. That's literally 75% of the Panelverse, probably, right? Me included sometimes. But listen, we're trying to get better, right? We're getting better, not trying. We're practicing, because practicing right speech doesn't mean we need to stay silent. It means that we're becoming conscious creators of the sounds and the impacts they have that we create. Our voices become spells. Either they're healing or they're harming, right? There's a guy, there's Brick Jonesy. That's just someone different. There's Chris the Brick, right? Their links in the chat, right? So here's some commentary between Jess and Chris the Brick. I'm not gonna play all because Jess made a video. Here, I'll put it right here. Her video she made, and you can check out her channel. Right. This is Jess White's channel right here. Okay. Apology to Brick. This is the video. Shit. That's Jess White's channel. That's Jess White's channel. This is the video we're going to review. She made some clips, so some of their interactions. So let's keep in mind right speech and what it means to us right now in real time.
Kind of fucked up a little bit. You fucked up a little bit. You did fuck up a little bit.
Rick.
Explain. It's always on my back. All right.
No, Bricky. No. I'm going to say you said something about me making my stream private last night because I was simping for Jess. I did not do that.
Well, you said you deleted it. You said you deleted it. You made a private.
Yeah, I did. I did. Oh, bro, can I finish my fucking sentence? Can I finish my sentence? I took the stream offline because you fucking embarrassed yourself, and that's why I took it off.
What were you talking about fucking in the chat with Are We Not Men?
There's Jess White.
Yeah, he's gay. He's gay. He's a bit of a minge.
So he's talking about Are We Not Men is, I mean, he's a friend to our broadcast too in the chat. He's Jess's producer, and it helps her out a lot. It seems a lot of people lately have been having points of contention with Are We Not Men, for whatever different reasons, I assume.
Isn't he? What you got to miss your fucking
I think Jess is about to say, "Are you jealous of him?"
admin for?
What? No, you
Look,
said
look,
you
look,
made an
Jess,
assertion. You
People-
made an
people
assertion.
look
No,
into what
you
you wanna
said
hear.
I know
People
what you
pay
did.
for
What
an
the fuck are you
extension.
talking about?
People pay for an extension for your stream, a lot of money.
What? I
right?
just am
Then you
asking
time
you,
them out,
Ricky,
then you
straight
time them
out.
out,
Why?
right? You
What
pay
did you
music
mean
over
by that?
50% of it, right? Okay.
What did you mean by that, Ricky?
What do I
Just
mean
tell
by
me
it?
what you meant
You've
by it.
changed. You've changed. You've changed.
What
Jess.
about how? Tell
You've
me.
changed.
What did I
Okay.
change? What did I
Massive,
change?
clear. It's
What did I
clearly
change?
massive.
What
Right,
did
I'm
I
just-
change?
I'm just telling you.
What did I? Okay, right speech. Right speech. What are there's 5 keys to right speech. The person who lies, who transgresses, is one thing. Transcending concern for the world below, there's no evil. Okay, but let's get into this.
What I think and what I see.
What
Right?
did
Okay?
I
I'm
change?
just telling you what I see and what I think. Right?
What did I
Okay?
change?
Well, I mean, let's face it. Come on. Why does Are We Not Men get the 10 Kevin out when he paid for the
Oh, so
extension?
it's not that I've changed. It's just that I let what another dude have a say over my channel, and that you
Well,
don't like that.
he's not a man.
So
is
you
he?
don't
He's the
like
biggest
that.
gay-
Yeah,
he's
it
the
seems that
biggest
everyone's
homo.
got a
He's
fucking
one of the
problem with Are We
biggest
Not Men. What are you not
homosexuals.
jealous I
He's
is?
one of the biggest.
I like that. That's interesting. What Jess said right there. She seems to think that some people have a problem that she has a man, helping her with her channel. In a lot of ways, managing it while she performs her on the air streaming and whatnot, which is cool. That's pretty awesome. But I can only assume as a woman being in a male dominated space like streaming, at least in this sector, all of the above sector of the Panelverse, there probably are a lot of men that find you attractive for whatever reason and may get jealous when they see someone else helping you, especially when there's not that many other people on the team. It's kind of like when you see like a Twitch female streamer. She may be married or whatever, have a boyfriend, but they don't really talk about that, or our actors don't really talk about that, or singers, because I guess it might make their fans feel a certain way, right? The opposite sex that like them. Yeah. So Shift says men are doing things, at least the ones with purpose. They don't seek fame or glory, but appreciate a warm comment or recognition of hard work they do. They do it. They don't. Even then, they don't even seek it. Okay. I like what you said right here. This is something I'm thinking about myself as a streamer. The mistake is making content drama filled with viewing it as the only way to get a following. The question is there a better way to structure a channel? Yes. Also, how we respond to conflict too. Okay. Yeah, I find that doing this experiment of showing some of these drama and conflict in the beginning before we do an educational stream and try to teach off of it. How's that going? Well, it seems like there's quite a few people in the beginning. Now, when we relate it to the teachings of the day, second half of the broadcast, it's interesting to see who stays and who can build on that. Nothing wrong with having a manager for sure. Shout out Buddha. 5 keys to right speech. It is spoken at the right time. It is the right time. It is spoken with truth, right? Are they being truthful? Is it spoken affectionately, right? Like affectionately, like not harsh, right? Is it spoken beneficially? Is it spoken to help you? Is it spoken with a mind of goodwill, right? Bikasada. What's going on, Mark Clue? Good to see you, my brother. Always get happy when I see you, bro. Nikki Grew said orgies will end jealously right quick. Wars too. Peace is so easy. Tell us about it. Tell us about how peace is so easy.
No, it's because it's him and not you.
Jess,
Jealous
come on,
that
have you
it's him
heard
and not
him?
you, are you?
Have you heard him?
Are you jealous that it's him and not you, are you?
Why have you? Why
Are
have
you
got him as
jealous
your
that it's
admin?
him and not you?
I don't, Jess. I wouldn't.
Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Admin,
Join the
He
fucking
said,
club. There's lots of cunts
Why
that
would
are
I
crying
want to
and
be? Why are
jealous.
you getting emotional? What's the matter? You're getting emotional. Typical
I don't.
female.
She's getting emotional, huh? I can understand why she would get emotional. Yeah, I get emotional when I'm getting worked up about something. But I like how Chris is he's keeping his composure, very stoic.
Give a fuck.
At
I
the
run my
moment.
channel the
Obviously
way
do.
I
Obviously
fucking
do.
want.
What, do you not want to hear Bricky's point of view? Like, yeah,
Come on,
does
tell
it-
me,
does
mate.
it offend you?
All right,
Does
tell
it
me.
offend
I'll
you?
mute. I'll
Does it
mute.
offend you?
You tell us. Go on. I'll mute. You tell us.
You don't tell me what to do, daft cow. Right? Don't tell me what to do, you fucking stupid bitch. Right? Tell Are We Not Men what to do. Tell him what to do. Right? Tell him what to do. He listens to you. I don't listen to you, stupid cow.
You finished crying yet?
Oh
Oh my gosh, Are We Not Men has to say over your channel. Where? You've changed so much. What the
How much
fuck,
money?
Ricky?
How
Are
much
you
money do you put
serious?
in your
Listen
pocket? How
to
much money do you
yourself.
put in your pocket,
Listen
Jess?
to yourself. I didn't think you're this much of a fucking bitch.
Yeah,
Go join the bitch club. Go join the bitch club because I fucking. You know what? I ain't no sheep. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about your feelings or anyone else's
You're
feelings.
used to get.
Okay, she doesn't give a shit about his feelings, right? What do you think about that, guys? Do you think there's ever a time when you shouldn't care about someone's feelings?
Men telling you
I
what you
don't
want to
give a fuck about your feelings or anybody
Well, then
else's.
go
Mate.
fuck off and do what you want to do, right? On your lonesome, right?
You're the one
Not men,
bitching
right?
about it.
By the way, drop the link if Jess White or Brick want to come up and have a build. There's the link. You're more than welcome. British and Australian accent hit hard. They hit hard for sure. For sure. It is a great foundation.
Why don't you go have a bitch
Cause
to Are We Not Men instead of crying to a fucking woman?
Your downfall.
Oh my gosh, you've changed so much. You can't even give me one fucking thing that's changed. You're a fucking dickhead, mate.
Blah blah blah
Talking all feelings. I ain't like it. Too bad if you don't fucking like it. Get used to it. Get fucking used to it or fuck off. Sorry, what about me?
I'm curious, what do you think insensitivity is nude guru when it's healthy? Maybe I would think maybe when like someone needs to hear a harsh truth, a very uncomfortable truth, maybe sometimes. And being sensitive or overly sensitive hasn't worked. Right? Shadow Buddha says abandoning abusive speech. He abstains from abusive speech. This is from the Buddha Dharma. Right speak. He speaks words that are soothing to the ear, that are affectionate, that go to the heart, that are polite, that are appealing, and people pleasing. Yeah. Okay, I like that. Okay. Let's see. We got a bad NWA. Yeah, what's going on, Shift? How's it going?
Chilling, man.
Shift.
Such a great intro that never
You
gets
like
old.
NWO, right? The new world order.
New world order.
for the people.
So my question is, what caused her to get so revved up? You know, because usually with the few times I talked with her, she was pretty pleasant and
Yeah, she can be very pleasant. Libra for the most part. Yeah, she's a Libra. Yeah, and she is. I respect the fact that in her channel she wants to build for like. She's very interested. Her backstory is interesting. We talked about it over the weekend, like how her brother he deleted it himself, right? Which sucks, man. And and then as a way to kind of like I guess honor him and also try to figure out what was going through his mind in terms of like some of the things us men have to deal with, right? Right, that most people don't know, especially women, right? Because they have their own things they have to deal with. So she went on this journey of trying to, figure out kind of like what we did for ourselves with the manosphere and whatnot. and like that type of stuff, male female sexual dynamics. And I think that was the kind of like the mission statement of her channel. And in the end, in trying to figure out about other men, about her brother's situation, she's helping other men in her own way. So I think that's cool, you know.
That's commendable.
So, yeah, it's commendable. But in terms of this this argument here, opportunity for growth too, right? I don't know, man. Like I heard that maybe because this is the video that she made, right? She put these clips together of their interactions the last couple of days, I guess. And the beginning of it is it's a private DM of Brick talking to her, you know. And I'm not gonna play that, even though it's on the it's on the video she put on, because that's private, you know. But I don't know, man. So it sounds like there's definitely a history of something going on in terms of like something happened. I don't know.
Yeah, because usually when someone says, "I don't care about your feelings" and all that, that sounds like a deep something it hit hard, essentially.
Right.
Because people don't really say that.
Or it could be in the sense that now we're all speculating, right? Or it could be something like something happened, some trauma happened, where that was so deep, it hit so hard that in all situations where you feel uncomfortable or really in a bad space, you say that too. You know what I mean? There's that situation too, right? But like we like education here, learning and having fun too, and laughing. But I'm just seeing that how I notice how like when I talk about some of these situations, these drama situations, a lot of people show up, more people show up, and then. But I'm thinking like, what can you do with that? But you know what? I'm almost thinking like the juice is not almost worth the squeeze, because it kind of puts me in a headspace that I'm kind of feeling like an empath almost. Like it's like, oh, reliving this shit. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to do that. Because
I mean, you gotta answer to what you feel is best for you, right? And I don't necessarily. I know Flo mentioned that this is what brings the money. But essentially, it's kind of like, in my honest opinion, it's like a cop out. It's a cop out to yourself and your ability to make original content that people will like you for you, right? Because look at look at YouTube in general, right? You got gamers, right? All they do is game, but they build a community. They got cooking channels. They got so many ways to build a community that doesn't involve.
They got the horse tribe.
Yeah. Like, and of course, you're gonna have some drama here and there, but it's how you respond to it. And also, you're in a position, whether you like it or not, you're in a position of authority when you make a channel, right? Yeah. And I kind of liked when I was on that ortho stream, that guy, I forgot his name, the old guy, said, "I don't like anyone to say pedo or gay slurs or cursing." And that right there, I can respect that, because it's like, this is my house, this is my chamber. If you don't like it, you can leave. It doesn't mean you can act like a buffoon, you know?
Yeah, those words I agree with him, what he has to say. Yeah. Now that man, be brave. Like he said some good wisdom there, but I've heard him say a lot of horrible things. I think he even admitted on that stream that he's racist against black culture, right?
Yeah, I didn't know about that. Yeah.
So but no, I'm saying, but I do, because I've heard him say that before, and which is like, it's cool to say like high powered shit, but then if your other parts of your life aren't congruent with that, when I mean high power, like positive stuff, it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of feels weird and unbalanced. It's like we say, it's a wobbler. But anyway, but that's why I guess sometimes what the best we can do as folks is take for what they're saying at the moment, right? And get wisdom from it.
Yeah, at the same time, maybe there's certain people, like I know, for example, they probably don't want to hear what's happening with the Middle East. Maybe they don't like the fact that Muslim, but I don't give a shit. It's just the name of the, it's just like, it really boils
Oh
down
yeah,
to
cool.
what makes you happy, right? And
Yeah,
what makes you
it does.
continue to keep doing it, because it's about consistency, right?
Right, but it is about consistency. Yeah, we got some new people in the chat too. What Clue said he's racist against black culture. Interesting, because he's a quote unquote will be considered a black man, right? That's interesting, dude. So yeah, the Realizer Network says Bricky tried to blame it on Kieran. That's one of Jess's panelists getting muted after extending the stream, but Kieran even told Bricky it was part of a joke, wasn't a big deal. Okay, yeah. It wasn't Jess that was revved up. Ricky started this whole thing because he was put backstage during Jess playing a song on the channel. He started spurging, and the drama spilled over to the Kieran stream. I can see that, like, because just one of the songs that's embedded in a lot of our mind in the Panelverse is Smoko. I don't know if you heard her. She plays that song a lot. People donate and they play, I want Smoko, leave me alone. Anyway, this is an Australian song. And shout out to Lady Luck. But yeah, so I could see sometimes you get caught up in the back sometimes, right? It's not a big deal, really. It shouldn't be. Now, if it's like 10, 15 minutes, I can see that's annoying, right? That would be annoying, right?
I would probably leave after a certain point.
Right,
Just
exactly.
Just no harm, no foul.
Well,
I could take a hint if I'm not wanted, right? So
yeah, I'm on Smoko. Leave me alone, Joe Cole. No, but I can see that's why this is why what Buddha was saying right here. NBC, many Buddhist scholars agree that right speech is one of the most difficult virtues to achieve, for sure, because we're always running our mouths, right or wrong, right?
oh yeah, even in this perfecting that speech, the biggest sins, how people get their sins, is with their freaking mouth,
right? Exactly.
And if you got a problem with someone, you got to try to do it in private, in the back channels. Try to work it out.
Exactly. Be discreet about it. Yeah. And I guess he was, because Brick did leave a DM or something. But yeah, but nowadays people will post it and stuff.
That's wild.
You said you like this interaction. This is us all day, huh? I'm glad you like it. We've had years of this, right?
We've been doing this for like 5 years straight. You should have seen us back in the raw days. I was cursing like a storm.
We were like this.
Jess,
so what about me changed again?
We were like this.
Let's go back, right?
So what about me changed again?
So Jess, so you want us to explain, let's go back, right? Okay. So when you were begging for the extension.
Yeah, shifts the bet.
So why do you think it's good, right, Jess, for your channel to
why do I think it's my channel? What? That if I want to fucking go to bed, if I want to go to bed and my audience wants me to fucking stay awake, yeah, they can pay for that. I have fucking shit to do. So yeah, that's how it fucking works. I don't have time to fucking be on 12-hour streams like you, dickhead. Try hard.
That's her right to put, like, if I said I want to put Buddha or you in charge of my channel, it's my right. You don't have to listen to it, right?
Exactly. It's the channel creator's rules, man. You got to respect it.
Yeah. So. And Realizer Network, I appreciate you coming through, because I think he's a member of Jess White's. He or she knows what's going on. So I appreciate you coming through. Yeah, and by the way, guys, don't be shy. You can leave a donation. Oh, by the way, you left yesterday. I thank you for the donation. I was thanking you. You left. You were you were out. Man. Yeah. Let me tell you.
Where them donations at? Come on, brothers and sisters. Come on. I still ain't get a donation yet. Come on now. $ FDMG School. $ FDMG School. $ FDMG School on the Cash App. Where them donations at, family? Where they at? Ain't nobody come through yet. Where they at? $ FDMG School. Where y'all at?
Yeah. Where you at? Dr. Umar.
Yep. Exactly.
So, yeah, she said she's a very Jess White is a very spirited girl, to say the least. She knows her stuff too. But Brick ain't no slouch either.
Like, what the fuck are you doing, mate?
I would have preferred.
See, Jess made this is a compilation of their interactions.
Because this just seems like it's money. It's like it seems all orientated about the money, and you know when people are orientated around money, do you know what I mean? Like in that way as well. In the way that what they done to Kieran yesterday, John, really pissed me off. Okay.
All right, so I haven't been given access to
Buddhist
that.
monks need to make a living.
Yeah, I know.
Was she nasty?
They should.
Was she a nasty pasty?
But was it a what? No, okay. You can be a nasty pasty, right?
Nasty
like, if
pasty.
someone wants to
Nasty pasty.
money
I love the fucking slang.
Going, right?
Wait. We got to keep tabs on these names, guys. Nasty pasty, esoteric ass sniffer. These are great reward.
Oh yeah, esoteric ass sniffer. That was Ortho guy yesterday. Yeah, nasty pasty. You're a nasty pasty, esoteric ass sniffer. That's like a backhand compliment. Yeah, this is NPC the Game. Brown's Boy said, "Have you ever heard of Bobby Hemmett?" Oh yeah, for sure. Bobby Hemmett's a legend. We actually played some of his one of his lectures over the weekend, man, about right speak. Yeah, about the power of your words, right? Spells. All your words are spells, for sure. Yeah, we're gonna be playing more of him. Going over it. You were honored to be with a voice chat. Yeah, I remember that. She said, Neutral Ground said, I've listened before. Both of our voices are soothing. Right. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Voice cells. Hopefully we can balance this out.
Funny, right? But you've got her and all we not men sitting there timing them out and laughing about it.
Yeah, Ari Not Men is her producer.
It just seems a bit distasteful for me. I don't know. I don't know if I'm old school, old fashioned, or what I like.
No, that's
me too, Brown Boy.
It's
awesome.
Yeah, so basically,
And Kieran just extended the show too. We didn't even get into the.
Who's that? Angry Casper.
Oh my
God. Toxic Angel.
I thought that was Scribe right there.
He thought that was Scribe to Nikolai Tesla. Yeah, every time I see that. There's no braids or dreads or afro. So,
yeah.
That's funny. You got flashbacks, huh? Now, Scribe is a person that we used to panel with back when we met at Smash TV.
Oh man, that was memories. It's trying to scrub it off my brain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the black pill has its value sometimes.
To the last 10 minutes before. Thanks, Kieran. I appreciate it.
No.
Oh, he's back. Have you finished crying yet?
The Brick's back.
Can me and Brick finish this? Because I don't know. Like,
I'm Kieran on the
okay, but because you might have wondered why, because I bet you never found Serbs who hated you, but we got taught this in our history books. Okay, so because of the communists and the wars and shit, our king had to run away, in exile, and then when his son was born, the British Queen is it could have been argued that he's no longer king because he wasn't born on Serbian soil, right? And the Queen's fuck this shit, that's Serbian land. So you know how nations usually have embassies? Serbia has an embassy, but we also have an apartment at some street in some hotel. It's officially Serbia, if that makes sense. But obviously it's England. But you don't need a passport to go into it. But whatever, you can shoot Indians to go down the street.
It's a very, very fair call. But also, we're not men. He's my bitch.
Okay.
Damn.
Kieran, you don't start picking a fight with all we not men.
Serbia.
What?
Man, it's
Yeah,
just
Kieran, we
what's
only
going on
needed 40,
here?
so we got $10 towards the next extension too, if anyone wants to extend the next.
So I've got 10 in the bank. I've got 10 in the bank.
Yeah.
Why is everyone debating morality now? I have my own opinions, and now we know men might speak.
I didn't even think what it is.
Good luck with that.
I didn't even think.
Well, there's Are We Not Men on the panel.
No, but I'm asking. We're not debating.
He has a sledgehammer.
We're debating, right? Okay, I'm gonna give you a olive branch, right? If you want to win a debate, right? Okay,
yeah.
Debate me.
Okay. Do you know what
so
I
just have to respond to Are We Not Men. Thank you for teaching.
Bro, how did you just see that?
my God, Kieran, do you not realise what you're doing here? Honestly, Kieran, I mean, you're old enough. You're older than all of us put together.
No, thank you.
See, we're getting insight by Realzer Network. What's up, Peace Down and Mo? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I think I never heard Are We Not Men. It's only in the chat. He came to Ben's birthday stream, actually. I was like, oh, guys, how's this going to go? Because usually he's like a harsh guy, but he was actually pretty cool. I appreciate it. Shout out to Are We Not Men. So Realzer Network said this is where it was part of the joke between Are We Not Men, the producer of JESS show, and Kieran, that's the guy, the bald guy, one of her featured panelists. This is where the whole thing started. Bricky said this is what pissed him off. He was laughing along with it. Okay. So they were joking. He was sensitive about it.
Hang on, Bricky. Thank you. We're not men for teaching me. Do not spend money on
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Hang on, boys. All that happens is
You should know. All that happened was you called him your bitch, and you shouldn't have done that. And that was a mistake.
he's my bitch.
That was a mistake.
Yeah. Oh, she didn't like that. Even if it is a joke. On the streets in America, a lot of places, as you know, like sometimes if you call someone a bitch, it's on. Like it's
pretty much.
It's
Yeah.
them fighting words for sure.
I'm the only person that has to pay money for this abuse, this electronic abuse.
Hey, this is quality content here. You ain't gonna see this anywhere else.
No, you're Australian. You can say the other word instead of cunt.
Called cunt. You mean cunt?
Content.
The way they
I'm in New
say
Zealand,
cunt,
but
man.
I know they say that a lot, man.
I'm going to
Cunt.
In America, those are fighting words too. In America,
That's even harsher than bitch. Like you say cunt to a
yeah,
woman,
it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Oh, to a woman, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
But I guess in Australia and in some parts of the UK, they say it like to the homeboys too. And I mean, it's like we're homies, but we don't talk like we don't go, hey, motherfucker, what's going on? We don't really do that shit. But some people do. I know people who do that, but it's not us. We build each other up, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here, Bricky,
that instant shit. Yeah.
Me and him will be fine.
Going a kettle.
Trust me.
Well, the thing is, you two wanted to hash it out, so fucking do that.
No,
shit.
we're not hashing out. Like, me
And
him have
Mr.
the
Boss
same
Man's up
agent.
here, so I wouldn't fucking test the limits too much.
Yeah, we're good.
Whoa.
Angry Casper was talking shit in our chat yesterday. He's like, you guys don't know nothing about the black pill.
Oh, he's part of the
Well,
black pill? Oh, interesting.
I don't know if he's part of it, but I think he's like manosphere tilted. Because he goes to what's his name a lot? Glenn Lawrence's stream. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
And
time-
shout out to
time to
Glenn. I
upgrade.
saw him in the chat after the fact. Thanks for stopping by, Glenn. What were you gonna say, Shifty?
I mean, it's time to upgrade, man. The black pill, there's no solution to that. It's just nothing
To me, it's like a parasite pill. Like that's something you don't take every day. But if you're overridden for parasites, for example, or bad thinking about the reality of the world, take it one time to wake you up, and then you don't need it no more. Right? Have it in your arsenal, but you don't have to use it all the time. Yeah.
Whoa, don't dare test me. Right, okay?
No.
Now,
No,
me
it's
or
good.
you are not men, right? Okay, we've had my back and
Oh, there's an open panel right now, Yolanda. Here, come on. Come up, sister. Me, Hermana. I don't know if you met Yolanda, the Pixel T. She's really cool. She's a breath of fresh air in the Panelverse. Just when I was about to lose hope, she showed up.
There's a bunch of new characters, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And by the way, Shift introduced me to the Panelverse. Went a roundabout way for sure, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, should we thank him or should we beat him up?
Machine lies.
Yeah, machine lies for sure.
Because back then, I guess I was chatting with Based Oracle before he fizzled out.
Right.
But they got their people got their own lore here. It seems like it's very entrenched with Paul
And they hold it.
Yeah.
Right. And Bronze Boy brought up a great point yesterday when he said I'm white, and I like, yeah, that's when you know he's really good, huh? If you're white and you like Bobby Hemmett. But Bronze Boy was saying, like, I'm paraphrasing, a lot of the OGs of the Panelverse, they like to hold the lore over the newbies, over them, kind of control them. It's true, man. It's true that they're like, you don't know Jack Talcott. You haven't been here for 3 years talking to him. It's like, and
I mean,
like, come on, bro.
I got enough of Jack Talcott where it's just he just wants world peace. He's gonna try
That's
his
it.
best, and that's pretty much it. Like I don't see like how he's. I mean, I haven't viewed him in months, but I'm pretty sure if I went back, it's probably going to be the same thing, which is kind of admirable, pretty
Yeah.
admirable to keep saying the same message.
Yeah.
And he
He's
doesn't
in
really
a
care.
different location, but it's the same message. I was listening to him today. I haven't been in a while. I'm a mod at him on his place. As a matter of fact, we got to mod you up again. People don't, Buddha said, people don't realize that NPC and Schiff were former Black Pill Manosphere legends that started these YouTube streets. Yeah, I mean, we definitely were first or second season at Smash TV, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. Before that fizzled out, I'm permanently banned by them. They call me a terrorist.
Thanks, Shadow.
And oh yeah, I appreciate Shadow. Thank you for that. Those are kind words. But
Well.
I kind of look back, and to be honest, you know, it's kind of buffoonery. You just look back, and you kind of just have to laugh at your like the way you acted.
Our wrong. Let's keep it on the right speech. We weren't doing right speech, man.
Exactly.
We weren't doing right speech, man. And this is it right here, huh?
Before, right, okay, but he knows his place, right, okay?
He's getting the beer anyway.
That's alongside me, unless he wants to be behind me, right, okay? And if he's behind me, he's up my arsehole, right, okay?
No, yeah.
Oh, we got a legend here. We got a new legend, a newer legend. I don't know, coming up in the back. Yes, I wouldn't say she's NWA, New World Order. She's more like this is Yolanda's vibe.
Ooh, yeah.
How about that?
Ooh, baby, we're so happy to be here tonight. Just singing, laughing along with you.
What's going on, Yolanda?
My. That,
you like that?
I like that a lot. Just coming on up here with you.
Look at that. I'm telling you, Shift, man. That's why I have faith in this place.
That's a good one. That's
people
that's
like
a good
this,
one, man.
beings like this, yeah.
Well, when
This
you
is my
got an
good friend.
introduction like that, Ken.
I know that's just for you, Hermana. This is my brother from another shift. Yeah, this is my good friend Yolanda.
Peace.
Hermana.
Peace. Good to see you. Good to meet you.
Yeah. So yeah, this is Yolanda. Yeah, Yolanda from the Chicas Locas podcast with Cynthia in the house, who's is good people too as well. She was in here earlier. Yeah. So what do you think about this right speech, or any thoughts about what you've heard so far?
I like your approach on how you decided you were going to review the stream.
Thanks, Markello.
There's a lot of combative conversations on here, but I like to introduce myself to a panel with the idea already in my mind. What am I going to learn from this conversation, instead of just wanting to be the center of attention seeking? Like I try to really balance that out when I click a link.
Yeah, I like that thought, because in the end, if one way to look at it, if this is like a narrative, a meta narrative, we're all in a story. In a way, when you read a story, you're everyone. You're the narrator, you're the characters, you're the setting. And same thing could be said about this panel, these panel verses. There's really no need to be always, maybe sometimes, always the center of attention, because it's all about you. In a sense, if you want to look at it like that, that's the way I look at it, man.
Yeah,
you can learn a lot from everybody.
Exactly. It's like coming up here like Neo when he's in slow motion and you see him in all of those different versions of himself. And some people are just so good with putting up that hand and stopping all those bullets. You know what I mean? Exactly.
You got a sub. This is a good one. Logical Sparks. Sub to Yolanda.
Thank you.
Good content right there. Yeah. So let's go back on this see if we can witness instances of right speech and wrong speech. Because remember, according to the Buddha Dharma of right speech, the things to look out for are lying. What is this? 5 keys. Backbiting. I'm paraphrasing. what else did we say? Idle chatter, or gossiping, right?
Mhm.
And also not speaking in an affectionate way. You know, that's like the way Yolanda was welcomed on with the great singing voice of that Hindu sister. Then she came on singing all pleasant with her. That makes a big difference. I understand you can't be like that always, but damn, it stays with you a lot more than like this type of stuff.
Everyone's debating morality.
Never you made are we not meant my boyfriend, not yours?
This stuff.
Oh, bro, he's only your boyfriend because me and him broke up.
Are we not men? Is this actually true? Are you two taming me, you slut?
Yeah. He monkey branched, obviously.
Yeah, anyway,
okay, don't worry, you're an improvement.
That's since all this me and you, yeah, right? Okay, so back to the so I agree with you on that, right? Okay, but what we need to do now, right? Okay, because people have paid for an extension, right? Okay, we need to give them content, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, have you got any like?
I speak a lot.
No, just forget that I'm British.
Okay.
Forget the Serbian. Forget what I have respect for each other, right? Okay, just forget that, right?
Yeah.
Have you got a debate topic that you would like to bring up?
I like open-ended questions whenever I speak to debaters.
Bring an open-ended question up.
Yeah, like because you're British and I'm Serbian, and I can tell you that if we're being objective, would you agree that there is such thing as excessive Russophobia?
There we go.
You can call it.
He's Balkan, huh? You're Balkan as well, huh?
It depends on what type of Serbian he is. If he's the chill one, okay, but he's the super nationalist one, then we got a problem.
Okay, yeah, that's like infighting, huh? The Balkan infighting. There's been a lot of that over the years.
Well, the thing is, the super old nationalist ones are the ones that say to Bosnians is like, why you join with the Arabs? You're a Serb. You were converted from the Ottomans. You know, that
You're a
type
Muslim,
of thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so I take huge offense to those type of people. You know, and there was a genocide that happened and stuff. So it's deep. It's raw.
Right. And then Choda Buddha says one should speak only that word by which one would not torment oneself nor harm others. That word is indeed well spoken, Buddha. Dude, that's Yolanda and Schiff, man. If that was practiced at least 20% of the time on the panels, just think of the work we would and laughter and we would get through, you know?
Well, I try to choose my panels wisely, but some of them I know that that's automatically what's going to happen. So I just have learned to try to have a frequency about myself when I decide to participate in it and not let myself get too caught up into that rhythm that's, you know, that torus field of energy of, I got to be careful if that's what I really want to participate with, you know?
Right. It's like New Guru is saying to loop or not to loop.
What about I guess one tip is like you have a set of topics, right? You want to do on a stream and you want people to stick to those topics, whether it's like 4 or 8 topics, maybe 4 because people's short attention spans, but make sure those topics are ones where there's like it allows for discussion or some like current events or something like that. And it keeps the flow going.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's good. That's a good point. I've been like experimenting with Instagram because I always watch so much interesting things on Instagram. I'll be like, hey, it'd be great to share this with some people. And it's like, it's not too heavy sometimes. Or so, it can be though if you have the right people to get deep with it. Because I noticed, Yolanda, too, what you were saying. Because I was kind of like not worried, but I was kind of like I was wondering like where's Yolanda? Because I hadn't seen you like the last like week and a half, at least on my algorithm. So, and I was thinking like, oh, she's smart. She's probably taking a break.
That's exactly what I was doing. I was taking a break. I would see what was going on at a distance and then just recognizing that I was getting bored with it. This is like you were speaking to Shift earlier. These panelists have been around since before me, and this is coming into my 4th year. So, you know, I recognize what characters do what at this point. But like today, I got caught in the loop-de-loop a little bit and joined OTW, and that's all I have to say, right?
Yeah.
I joined OTW. It's the same group of people over there that have been at it. But I was really hoping to get a little bit of resolution / more input as to why certain personalities were stuck in a rut.
But
we weren't able to pull that out. So
there's a lot of different distractions for people want the attention. That when you're getting close to finding out those questions you have with that particular person, but someone butts in, for whatever reason, they switch up the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Markella. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Markella.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to when they get stuck in that rut, they gotta realize, like, why am I doing this and why is it causing me pain? Instead of actually talking about something where it just seems effortless. There's a difference, right? When you're talking or in a panel where it's like effortless and there's free flow and it's a great conversation, like there's no butting heads. And then there's these other ones where it's like you're going in World War One, like you're fighting in the trenches. It's like you have to just like just pick your spot. And sometimes I do what if it's like leading to nowhere, I just leave. I just bounce.
That's smart. You wouldn't stay for this.
He's not fucking stupid. He's not a tard like you.
Stupid cow, what you are, honestly.
Oh my goodness.
What we got here?
Jess thought you was bringing drama over here. I tell you what, right? If Jess wants some fucking drama, Shaz,
you just go and tell the other side.
She's stuck with the wrong person right now. I swear to God. And keeping out as well. Because look, I'll make your fucking
much love, Dave Wade.
Not just for me. I'll send people from this side over to you. That, even though they don't like me, they love what to do. Shaz, these love to, and I'll just give them your link. I'll give them your link, right? And they'll find you.
Are you going to send them to TNK?
I'm going to send them to TNK, Mr. England, all the fucking lot of them. Do you know what I mean?
You don't want them on your side, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
And I think that's enough. Good examples. Because in the end, this could have been me. This could have been my stream from a couple weeks ago, or a conversation I had in the Discord, like last month or something. So it's no offense to Brick or Jess. It's just what was trending right now. I sent those videos and I was like, okay, but it's nothing new, really, huh, guys? Even though we don't know the context. What do you think, Yolanda?
I think it's a human thing. It doesn't matter what culture, what your ethnicity is. It's just in these traits that we are as human beings. And I've just come to learn that there is no gender or color to an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys come around and there's the insult. Oh, you're acting like a bitch. You're acting like a female. No, I mean, it has no gender. If you're an asshole,
it's a human thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A human thing.
Yeah. A little, what's up, little B, aka Bex? Good to have you. She has some good insight. You're more than welcome to pop up on the panel. So this is what Shadow Buddha and I have been discussing the last couple of weeks. About like this Buddha right speech, and I like this part right here where it says speak only words that do no harm. I think it's like common sense, but we got to be reminded sometimes.
It's hard too to practice self-control. I think a lot before I speak. I don't know if people have noticed that about me. I'm really hesitant because I think a lot before I speak and in my intention.
Yeah, I haven't really heard you say anything out of pocket, really, in the times I've heard you speak. So that's good, and that it's testimony to your discipline with your words. And that's probably why when you do talk, they hit harder. And this says, "Speak only words that do no harm." One should speak only that word by which one would not torment oneself, nor harm others. That word is indeed well spoken. Yeah, because harm our self-talk too can do it. I think that was the thing with Machine Lies and Cynthia the other day on Hank's stream was Machine was like, he heard Cynthia, even though I think Cynthia said she was joking or just she didn't mean it seriously. She said those things about herself, I'm this so and so, and he took it as like kind of like maybe in this terms is like even those words sometimes can harm us, you know. So yeah,
it's interesting how it's said right there, when really like that type of speech that harms. In Islam, we call it kind of the whispers of Satan. Satan, Satan is the greatest enemy, right? And
right.
He wants to distract you from basically from prayer or remembering God. So the way I interpret that as a Muslim, it's just essentially, I would view it. Would I say a certain thing now that would actually please God or displease God? And that kind of puts an extra pressure on me to be cognizant of what I have to say.
Right.
Yeah. And it may be kind of counterproductive when it comes to making a channel, but at the same time, you gotta do what's morally right, in my opinion. So
No, that's true. I agree with that. It always comes back to the individual. It's like no one's really forcing us to, at this point in history, this time we're living in, time and place. No one's really forcing you, even though there are certain times where we feel like we're forced. I think we can always make the right choices.
Another caveat is essentially, if God is pleased with us, then essentially He will make it easy upon us interacting with other people. Yeah, but that's from the Islamic point of view.
Yeah, that sums up a lot of these Islamic, Christian, Judith, New Age. It's all like in the end the esoteric teachings are all similar in a way. It's like life hacks.
You know, that's kind of what my last stream was about, recognizing symbolically whatever that energetic experience of spirituality that happened the last time in the golden age that created Buddhism, Christianity, the Muslim faith, etc., etc. It was those teachings. You know, some people do need the guide how to not be a piece of shit in everyday life.
Right.
And that's okay. You know, that's okay. But, and there are those who lack common sense and they do need that more than others. But not everybody has the same obvious moral codex, I guess you could say. They're so distracted by whatever is going on in their lives that potentially it's like a slap in the face to the creator to not pay attention and realign yourself with what's there all along, which is to be a decent human being.
That's it. That's the highest consciousness, I think, for me at the moment, is be a decent human being. Don't be a dick.
That's interesting right there, because it's one of the trap of modernity. You know, all this social media, all these points where the algorithm is kind of force feeding on negativity. Because that's what attracts people to have that kind of like that fear. Fear is a very powerful motivator. But at the same time, there's also another powerful motivator is hope also. If you're completely dominated by one or the other, then you're not really in balance, you know?
Yeah, I've heard hope is dope. But then again, sometimes hope is good. Just like Yolanda said, a lot of times we want to say, people say screw religion and all that shit. But these things, how do you know what a person is not taking motivation or inspiration from? Maybe not for you, but damn, bro. Like, have some compassion.
I mean,
what's going on, Machine Lives? How's it going, my brother? Hello.
Yo, greetings.
Greetings. Good to see you, man.
Peace. Salam.
Peace.
Hello.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Yeah. I don't know if you met Yolanda before. Maybe you have. Hopefully.
Oh yeah,
both of you guys are good people.
Back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm the new guy. That's what the funny thing is. I'm like, yeah, this person. Yeah, I know you know Shiv too. So, Machine, you have any thoughts about because we started talking about it yesterday, the Buddhist Right Speech. And what about this? I'll ask you this: is there a way you think to speak harsh truth in a loving way?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you look at there's a way to actually make fun of somebody while elevating them.
Yeah, expand on that.
You know what I mean, well, you could trick people to be friends with each other, right? So to speak.
We've seen that in movies, like in the movies, like where they go, the one friend, they go like,
yeah,
oh, we're gonna go to the bowling alley, and then you go, and you tell the other friend, I'm gonna meet there. I want to bowl with you, and then they meet up, and they're like, oh, why were we arguing this whole time?
Reverse slander and back talking. Right?
Yeah, a little
you
white
tell
lie.
somebody else that somebody said something good about them.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
To uplift their character.
That's
and yet also humble them when they have a wrong when they think somebody has a wrong opinion of them. Right?
Mm-hmm. That's one of the things I've heard of Islamic Sheikh I used to listen to on Axe Dad, this internet show, and he would say, someone had a funny question to them. They're like, is it okay to lie to my wife if she doesn't look good in the dress?
Yeah. I know that guy. Yeah. He's a straight shooter. Yeah.
He's great. I like him. I really enjoy because they're talking about Islam, what's the ruling. However, it's a lot of those things are what things as family men and women, or as just humans, we have to go through too, like questions. And his answer was, I'm paraphrasing something like, yeah, it's okay, a little white lie if it's towards positivity, but you're not going crazy with it, it's okay.
Yeah. How about this? Some of the Sufis, they would spread bad rumors about themselves in the community.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
That's interesting.
Sufis are supposed to be. Sufis should be like this, like remembering God constantly. I mean, the traditional Sufi way, because there's some
that's why they
Sufis
did it.
that
So that whatever they did wouldn't be for public recognition, right? So that was the point.
Okay, yeah.
Yo,
yes.
That's being self-sabotaging on purpose in terms of your status.
Do you know why? Because basically we are warned that if we try to get fame and recognition in this world, we're not going to get anything in the hereafter. So it's like
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I think Ibn Arabi would whisper in the ears of the priest while they were preaching, and he would consider that his preaching to say to them, if you're doing this for any other reason than to please Allah, stop.
Yeah. And I don't want the fame. I don't need the fame, but a donation is nice, chat. And
before I continue with my message, thank you, Sister Avanti, $10 coming on the Cash App. Thank you, sister. Next time, make it 20, but thank you for that 10. I know you barely had that. Thank you, sister. Before I continue.
Bro, that's bold, huh?
That's bold. Everybody be hustling.
Everybody be hustling. He's a top grifter machine. Dr. Umar.
He's building a community collective.
Yeah, school. Yeah. The building fund that goes on. That's shameful in a sense. Like, he has no shame when he said, she gave him $10 and he said, I know you don't have much, but next time make it 20. Damn.
Yeah.
That's one of those fools that you around and stealing DVDs from Target and selling that shit for more on the street.
They get the 99-cent DVD and they'll spend like, hey, $5. It's a classic.
I mean, these guys don't publish, and if you go to a lot of their websites and their pamphlets and stuff, it's all stolen material. I mean, for real.
Right. I think Dr. York was like that too. A lot of almost everyone. Now it's going to be even worse with ChatGPT and all that type of stuff, right? Right?
Yeah. I'm not gonna drop any names, but there's some people that'll post a whole ass documentary, not even comment on it, or somebody else's shit.
Wow. And I think everyone in the chat could know who he's talking about too.
Well,
he said a whole ass interview.
I know for me, my channel is more of like a journal for myself. And having my own channel has made me realize how much of my thoughts are not original thoughts.
That's true. Yeah.
Scary, and that they're just thoughts that are forever information, and you tap in and out of it. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Well, I mean, for me, it's been all about electromagnetism, and then finding symbologies with electromagnetism, and then the macro to micro, and it's forever information. And when people tap into it, you'll understand it. And I think that's the same thing with religion as well. You find that information everywhere on all four corners of the world. And if it makes sense, it makes sense.
Right. It speaks to you. Yeah. And I think I like what we learned from Primal Status, when we're learning shift, in the fact that like everyone don't feel like that people don't want to hear you, especially if you want to create a channel, for example, guys, like, because your unique way your brain was made, you know, or if you want to go astrological where the stars were, makes you a unique human being, right? In a sense where even if you're reviewing someone else's or adding on to or rearranging some of their theories or what, it's like it's your original way of doing it, your interpretation. And we're not talking about like what Machine was talking about, was literally boosting the whole documentary, you know, or a whole book, this copy paste. No, I'm not talking about that, but it's just like the way as humans, we're so unique, each one of us, in the way we process the information. That's what makes us different, even though there's really nothing new under the sun to an extent, huh?
I mean, just the fact that people are sharing and you're giving people a platform to learn something is actually a very powerful thing. Or even predicting things, they can go wrong, whatever. Or just viewing your viewpoint. You know, it's definitely, it gives people something to watch. And the way I view it is that you want to leave people better, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I know that's what you want, like have them learn something or at least leave them better, not worse. And thank you, Wheels. That's very kind of you. Thank you for your donation.
Thank you all. Your love has broken the curse and freed my soul. I'll never have to kill again. Really?
No, maybe.
Every time that happens.
That's how I feel sometimes, man. But yeah, Wheels heal up, because I don't know, Wheels got in a really bad accident earlier in the week and broke some bones and stuff and fell out of her wheelchair.
Sorry to hear that. Heal quickly.
So she's healing up. And she's good people, definitely.
I'll be thinking
Definitely.
of you, Wills.
Thank you. Thanks, Yolanda. Vengeful Truther, what's going on? What's up, big dog? We made it through the hurricane. I mean, typhoon. We had a hurricane, guys, last couple days over here. We call it typhoon, actually, in Taiwan. But yeah, the park was destroyed. My neighbor's doors flew off the hinges. But we're good now. So I want to show you guys this stuff. Go ahead, Chef. What were you gonna say?
I mean, Texas also with their floods.
Oh yeah, thoughts and prayers to those youngsters and people that the families. That's horrible stuff. It's that stuff. Yeah. Here's the interesting stuff. This guy with the right speech, his take on it.
Right speech is one of the most important practices along the Buddhist Eightfold Path. It's also one of the most difficult and at times counterintuitive. There's a lot to it, and it's the sort of thing that we have to deal with for most of our lives. For most of the day, we're dealing with speech in one way or another. There are also some good questions about how we're to interpret the practices that the Buddha recommends, and I'll get to that in a bit. But in any event, what are the instructions for right speech? In what I talk about today, I'll be using as background Bhante Gunaratana's book, 8 Mindful Steps to Happiness. I'm not going to be following his descriptions exactly, but it's good background. And if you want to read more about this stage and all the other stages of the Eightfold Path, that's one place that I would recommend starting. Bhante Gunaratana calls this skillful speech, which is another way to understand the idea of right speech. So what is right speech?
It's kind of like when people, they say, sometimes they say like, I can't be on YouTube because, you know, I can't say everything I want to say. And I get it. You definitely can't, right? Say everything, especially if it's not what the official narrative of consensus reality. However, it's like a video game. I look at it. You can be skillful though. Look at Machine Lies, bro. Like, especially like some of the with Uncle Ted and the other other stuff that you talk about, that you teach, that you shared about technology and stuff, that most people would have been thrown off of YouTube like a long time ago. But Machine has a very skillful way, and Shift too, like, of speaking, right? What do you think about that, Machine? Is there always a way, you think, to get around this stuff?
Oh yeah, I think giving lots of disclaimers. I mean, and then also being honest about what you know and what is feasible, right? Because a lot of people make proclamations, and right, like there's a lot of anarchists out there, right? We have to disavow their speech. Also, I tend to say that we're not giving any sort of revolutionary maxims.
Oh yeah.
Because there's lots of political theories that we look at that are about like toppling the government and that sort of thing.
I mean, it's kind of ironic because I have insurgent, but I say it's just a name. It's just a thought idea, but it's not to invoke revolution. Definitely not.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that the philosophers have been able to make highly critical statements, and do thought experiments, and it's the way they explain things, and they're and of course a lot of their words have been boosted, like my words have been misinterpreted. I mean, a lot of times people have claimed I'm espousing the theories that I'm explaining, so they come in and or they take the words out of context, or they apply some of my own thoughts to those theories, right? Where I'm not doing that. I'm simply looking at the ideas on their own terms, right? So yeah.
Bex has a question. She has a comment. She says, "What is right speech a form of V? I don't know what V. What's
form of V?
Oh, maybe she meant to put something else. But before, maybe you can expand on that, Bex, while Yolanda was going to share something.
I was just going to say, this is what I always find intriguing about this community, non-community, is how much philosophy and awareness that we enjoy learning and talking to one another about, but how that all seems to be like, when shit hits the fan, all the philosophy goes along with it and splatters all over the place.
Yeah.
So I always think that's an interesting aspect of this group.
Right. Maybe that's why I was trying to get the drama in the beginning. And you notice it's not my drama until I made it my drama by talking about it. And then we try to get lessons from it. Yeah. Machine told me something like I don't know, like 8 months ago, we were talking about the channel, and you talking about like your channel, Machine. I remember you saying something like my channels, because everyone knows Machine's the go-to for philosophy for sure, not just the Panelverse, but probably on the internet. And he's like, but my show's not just educational. You're like, it has a little bit, it has humor, music, of course, right? And also, you said a little drama. But what were you saying? Like, it's kind of like you do it in a way so it doesn't like overpower the show, though. But you still have it because people like it, huh?
Well, I guess there's internal drama among the
That's what it
panelists
was.
that come to my show.
Okay, you can control that.
They don't really reach the other panels. Like a lot of the characters on my show, I guess they don't really like to go on the panels. So that's one of the key features, I guess. They just come there to discuss some of the ideas. Sometimes I summon them to talk about a specific topic.
Summon.
Yeah,
I like
so
that. He did it on purpose.
yeah, and then they're not like, for example, like they don't really mess with the panels, and so we have internal strife, which is natural, right? And that is sometimes fostered, either by me or Neurojack, or Brown's boy. Right? So this one,
Brown's boy for sure.
Yeah, he puts the fire under people.
For sure. Me at the beginning, remember that? I was like, "Who's this guy?" Okay, now it's like one of the homies for sure, big time.
That's interesting how you say don't really venture off to other people's channels. That's kind of like me. It's like I don't really venture unless I find the guy that owns the channel like to actually like open great conversation. I took a little bit of a risk and I went on Ortho stream and not knowing any of the characters, and actually it was actually pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's probably you better you didn't know, because I probably, or Shadow probably would have said, like, I mean, well, we know Ortho guy, but like the other guy, like what's his name? The Born, are we Born, whatever his name is, we would have been like, shit, that guy is
I had no idea. I have no
Yeah.
idea of these people, so I'm just coming in like cold turkey. But
yeah. But you
I
had a good
wouldn't.
experience. That's good. You had a good experience. Very much.
Well, I like that we're also talking about a part of Buddhism, because I like to focus on the Four Noble Truths and recognizing that we all are inherently filled with suffering. So I think it is that the suffering is caused by craving and attachment, I think, and that it suggests that the suffering can be overcome, and that potentially there's the path, right, to end the suffering, which is the enlightenment. And I just know naturally, organically, I'm going through that in my own life. So I like that you're tying in the part about the conversation. I'm not aware of that. So I think that's great that you're introducing us to that.
Yeah, I mean, thanks to Buddha, Shadow Buddha, definitely. But like the Dharma, like you said, it's part of the Eightfold Path, right? And the Dharma is basically an outline of the Buddhist teaching, kind of like an instruction manual. I know me, I like instruction manuals. I mean, the Bible is great and I love it, and it is a instruction manual. But I love the way how the Buddha teaches with like conversations and stories that I can, for me personally, I can follow pretty good. It's, you know,
I'm telling you, when you start to go down that path of philosophy and learning about religions, it just speaks to you. It doesn't, and everywhere it's there for you to learn.
Right. Because like the Buddha's six stage, like the gradual training involves generosity and virtue. You know, everyone's talking about what the hereafter, heaven, but I the way I see it is heaven and hell, or a state of mind. Maybe there is an afterlife, but try to relate it.
Believe that. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and for example, you want to get really esoteric. I'm sure you guys know the book, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, right? Right, and
never
it's
heard
supposed
of it. Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a guide for that you learn while you're alive, and also too when you die, that people read when you die, so they can help your soul transgress through the afterlife. They call the different stages of the afterlife the bardos, and you're met with different challenges. But the way I always saw it was, maybe that's maybe that happens, but I don't know. All I know is being alive, and I was trying to use metaphors from that Tibetan Book of the Dead to situations here on Earth. And I was like, holy shit, this is like, when they're talking about the angels and demons, those could be the people that I interact with from day to day.
That's what in Islam they say. It's not just the unseen. It's also people can be Satan, little Satans, also little devils as well. And it's best to stay away. But for us, it's like we're not viewed to be perfect, and that's why we seek refuge with God as much as possible with prayer, and we ask God for strength and guidance. And even if we make a mistake, the door of repentance is open. So to me, that's actually pretty powerful. And it encourages us, to be, obviously taking care of your parents, taking care of your family. We are a descendant like of Adam, so we are the caretakers of the earth. We're called like the vicegerents, like we have to take care of the earth and promote justice and all that. And really, in terms of like the level of consciousness, I mean, on the human level, the highest form is the prophets. Like we're just like, we want to try to obtain that type of level, but it's not possible because we're not prophets. So
So so you sound
it's
like
all.
so you sound like a Muslim shift. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm a Muslim.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, mashallah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Was
you
interesting
know
because
what
a
I'm
lot of
talking
us
about.
we don't think. Yeah, a lot of us we don't even think as Westerners. Some of us were like what? There's Islam in Europe, you
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah,
and there is, right? Like in the
yeah, yeah.
in the Balkans in
Bosnia,
particular.
Bosnia, Sarajevo was called the Jerusalem of Europe in the 1980s. They
Mm.
had they have old Christian temples, they have Jewish synagogues, and they have like old Ottoman mosques, beautiful mosques. So
Right.
it's just like it was just beautiful land. And
So, can I ask a question then?
Sure.
Machine Lies. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Is religions also considered pretty much like an example of an empire?
Good
I
question.
think specifically in Islam and Christianity that would be the case.
Okay, because that's the two examples I was thinking of, and,
Yeah,
and even kind of with the Buddhism too.
yeah, and and it's not mainly to blame on those religions. Some of it has to do with political techniques that had developed up to that time. I'm like during the Roman Empire, I mean also the Persian Empire and Egypt and all that type of stuff. So
The crazy part is that I'm still witnessing real life or real time that those same politics happening. That's been
Say that
going on
again,
for
Rolanda.
centuries. I
You
said
caught out for me.
In real time, we're still witnessing those same politics as we're transitioning into what they're calling the New World Order. I don't think it's New World. I think it's the same old world stuff. But even with the talks of a one world religion and things like that, I'm curious what the new one world religion is going to be called.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be obviously it's already been created. It's so-called spiritualism. Spiritualism. A mix with transhumanism. Some sort of thing like that. Because actually, what has happened is that during the secular age, people thought that religion would fail, and then you would see the rise of liberalism. But actually, through technology, right, it seems like liberalism is dying and the religions are still there, right? So religions have made it through the secular age, right? So it's an extremely precarious situation. Because of at one end you have the death of the nation state, at the other end you have the death of liberalism, but you still have the three world religions. So
would that be an example of like a Scientology being a new religion?
Oh no! I think it's going to be some morph of spiritualism and some type of like it is they've already created a mythos of Mechanos, and I think what that means is that there's a religion of science. It's going to be extrapolated upon. I don't think it's really been carved out yet, but I think new technologies
In the
are going
works.
to assist it. Yeah,
because that seems like a lot of times the kick in the last like 15 years has been like whether you're a Christian or it's basically Christians. I say I grew up Christian. I noticed this like a way of people taking the Bible, for example, and looking at science and saying, like, look here, this scientific innovation that proves what the Bible said in this chapter and this, and then so definitely see. And if you go back to like for example, the myth of Atlantis, wasn't there more a merging of the science and the spiritual? Like it wasn't like they weren't so separated. It seemed like if you believe that myth or the prehistory myth,
yeah, and it's obvious that Christianity is going to be used instead of Islam or Judaism. And that's because they've already mixed Christianity and transhumanism, right? So I would actually not that be the case, because it would be more potent example of Islam if the Antichrist were like trying to falsify Islam instead of Christianity, because that's it sort of puts Christianity in a special place. Right? But Islam says it's in a special place. I mean, it says that there's going to be Antichrist, right?
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
that
Hey, what's up, Snow?
Jesus comes
Yeah.
back, slays the Antichrist. I mean,
Right.
we're with the Christians on that point, but it'll be interesting if, I mean, you know, to the viewers, I believe that he will come back. It'll be a question when he does, what he will say to the people. Then
Yeah,
we'll
I
know
think.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's only one way that it can happen is that you know, the Antichrist is gonna be the Messiah, and the real Antichrist is gonna kill him to be Jesus, right? And then people are gonna believe that that's the real Jesus, right? Because he killed the fake Antichrist. I mean,
Where does
that's
the
probably
jinn,
in my opinion.
the jinn come in with the one-eyed guy, the one-eyed the jaw? Yes. Can you explain what that is real quick?
He's the false Messiah,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
he's alive
symbolized with
right
one
now.
eye, right?
Yeah, he's alive right now. You know.
Yeah, he's it's gonna be like basically one day will be like the time passes for 1 year, then another day will be like 1 month, 1 week, 1 day. He'll be on the earth for 40 days. Basically, we'll have these powers like basically causing drought to have a land that is consumed by drought to basically have herbs, and basically people will be tested with his powers. Like basically, if you choose his heaven, to enter his heaven, you'll go to hell. But if you choose his hell, you'll go to heaven because you believe in God. And basically, Jesus will come and just slay him, basically. But at that point, we're gonna have also in Islam, we have the Mahdi, which is like the Imam. He doesn't have the power to slay him, but it's more of like reuniting the Muslims of reestablishing the caliphate.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for sharing that. Like, I think for me personally, I always try to integrate things. Now, some of these people that want to tell people how to do their be a Christian, or how to be Islamic person, they might not like this, but I think I like to integrate things, bro. This is why I did a whole series last summer on Dune and the book Dune.
Wow. Yes.
And yes, good, right? It's good stuff. And I as you keep going in that book, there is a one universe religion, galaxy religion, and it's like a combination of Sunni Islam mixed with Buddhism. I thought that was fascinating. And then in the whatchamacallit, the Fremen people are an example, like an orthodox, like hardcore example of that, and how they were also like in tune with their world too. So I thought that, I was like, man, I can get down with that, because there's so many great teachings out there, man.
Oh yeah,
out there. So yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with actually getting some lessons from other sources that are not Islamic. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's like cross-referencing.
You can cross-reference, but it doesn't to the point where it doesn't affect your belief. But it does require like a higher level of discernment and basically being aware of what you're consuming, and then evolving yourself as a person, right?
Oh, that's a big lesson.
Yeah.
Especially on this digital stuff, you make sure you're aware of what your eyes and your ears are consuming into your spirit, into your vessel, because it can create a different type of energy and anxiousness and stress. And just like you were mentioning earlier about the self-talk, well, part of having these things in our ears and listening to that, you're programming yourself as you're listening into those things. So I'm very aware of that these days, and make sure. I feel like I need to be on extra download time, because I also enjoy listening to near-death experience stories. And the consistent thing that I've heard about them is when they come back, they speak about them being stuck in certain places, and when they recognize that it's themselves that keep them in that place, when they're stuck in a hell or when they're stuck in a darkness, that it's us, that we do it to ourselves, and then eventually they'll talk about how they get out of it. So that's what I like to learn on these different esoteric teachings is a path to help myself recognize that now, so that in the afterlife I'm not going to get stuck in a phase that I don't want to be in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think that we're making the map or having the context for the afterlife here and now. That's why every moment is so precious, you know, because here is just, you know, the temporary per se, where they say the other one is forever. But I think it's all one and the same. But that's me personally. But
as they call it, it's basically they say life is a test. So
yes.
are you going to be on the straight, like in Islam, straight path, or are you going to go to the path where they call Satan basically the party of losers?
That's it is. That's the
Oh
wide
my!
path.
There's a lot of parties of losers on this internet.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
By
we're
the
trying
way,
to clean this up. Go ahead, brother.
I wanted to, you know, sort of comment on your Buddhism, idea over, because I'm actually Bodhidharma. He went to India. He went from India to China.
Right.
I think 500, CE. So that's very close to the time that Islam started. Right. Right. And then, also, another key idea is that, it was the Muslims that conquered India, right, in 700 CE, and then they preserved the Hindu texts.
Okay.
Right, like they didn't get rid of the Hindu text. Actually, Islamic scholars studied the Hindu text. They actually studied them for like they studied the shit out of them, right? And then they
gives me
also
the chills because Hinduism is high powered, bro.
Oh
high powered,
yeah. So actually, they actually read the Upanishads, and some of the scholars said these guys worship one God. And then a lot of them, actually declared that Buddha was a prophet of Islam.
That's
so there's a lot of links there.
But see, this is where I get confused too, because Jesus, the Jesus Christ sounds like it's the same thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah. There's a there's a
does.
whole 5 or 6 pages in my book about Jesus and Buddhism. Because Jesus went to India. It's a huge theory.
Yeah, it's not the Snow says, isn't Hinduism the oldest religion? One of them, huh?
I'll never forget.
I think it's Zoroastrianism. Yeah.
Hindu and Zoroastrianism, they're like 2000 BC for sure.
Yeah.
There was a time in my life when I was really, really sick, and I was listening to frequencies, trying so many different types of binaural beats and things like that. And I was in such a state of meditation one time with one of them that I felt like I could hear Sanskrit in the beats. And
Sanskrit?
Right.
Sanskrit. And I didn't know what it was. I kept trying to find it. And like when like particularly in Christianity, when people feel the Holy Spirit and they start to speak in tongues.
Yes.
That's what it reminded me of too. And when I've done my own prayer, there's certain sounds and a language that seems to come to me. And then I heard Sanskrit. That's when I started to meditate with Sanskrit, and I went, "What? Wait a minute."
It resonated with you?
It not only did it resonate with me, but then I recognized that that's what it is. It's a form of a frequency. It's a language. And when you tap into it, it helps you to heal your body and download information.
Dang, now I'm gonna get some Sanskrit.
I'm telling you, try it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. That's dope.
I mean, in my past, I would have dreams of like horrible like jinns like trying to possess me and stuff. I mean, when you get that type of stuff, even my own sister, she said she saw jinns and basically like the unseen. Basically, these are deities outside of this world. There's some good ones and there's some bad ones.
The
But
fire
the bad
people.
ones, they try to summon them, and basically they have to offer a sacrifice. They have to be in filth. They have to sacrifice chicken, basically put blood around them and stuff, eat a rat or whatever.
I've seen some of those eccentrics, humans, but these are actual fire beings, huh?
Yeah, and basically they want them to basically do this ritual, and in order to get like certain benefits from the jinn, but basically they're signing their soul away, you know. So it's
Yeah, I was thinking like I mean, a smokeless fire is electricity. You know, that's my personal.
That's true.
That's my personal
That's
interpretation of that because
It's exactly what that is.
I like that.
You know,
and that's everywhere. It's everywhere. We're talking
the
with it.
ether. Yes,
We're talking
There
with
could
it.
easily, there could easily be beings living in that. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I mean, I always bring it back to drug psychedelics, but I've seen some crazy stuff on the Farmawaska allegedly, where my phone looked like the text was jumping out. It looked like elfin text, and it was jumping out. I have other friends where they said that things were coming out of the light sockets and stuff, and yeah, so yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. And oh yeah, just for a heads up, guys, I'm so sorry. I should have given you a heads up that I have to go in a little bit. I'm gonna go to lunch with my brother-in-law before he leaves.
Good.
But yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're safe. Thanks for letting me join. I really appreciate it. I enjoy talking about spirituality with folks that understand where I'm coming from, and I look forward to joining again.
Yo, please do, because this panel freaking in chat's high powered. I love this right now. You guys let me down, yeah. And
this is one of the greatest shows on YouTube.
Thank you,
hands down. Yep.
Thank you, Machine. That means a lot, bro. Because in a lot of ways, you're like a mentor to me. This shit.
Yeah, there's not that many shows, but yeah, you're one of the top ones.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. You see, this is what I'm saying, man. Like, you don't need to act like other people. Just be yourself.
Right. You're right. You got it, man. Appreciate that, Schiff. Another mentor for sure. And I want to get Bex. I finally got what Bex was saying. Bex, I've been thinking about you this whole time, having two thoughts at once. Like she said, isn't right speech a form of censorship? And I think it is. Before we go, like I think it is, but a good form of censorship. In a sense, you're censoring yourself from the easy way of speaking harm. You know, that's
harm upon yourself and others.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not always an easy decision to make, but sometimes
it's not the most. It's not the most popular decision, and it may even cost you money.
Right.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. And that's when people are tested. Are you going to side with it, or are you going to sell your soul? Right.
Right. That's the choice. That's the $1 million question. And the Machine and Shift and Yolanda, we can think about Browns, but maybe we can talk about this next time we get together. He had a great question. He said, "Isn't Islam the protectors of religions?" You heard that one time. So I'm going to meditate on that.
Yeah, protected some of the religions, some philosophy, texts, by translating them. You know, so
because it's basically the other religions. Basically, they had the word of God in them, so we had to do what is best to preserve the world. Remember, we act as vice grips, caretakers of this earth.
Vice grips, like that.
Yeah,
right. We're the caretakers of this panel. I know, all due respect to OTW and his his lore over there, protectors. In a sense, I guess that maybe we're doing our own version of trying to have these higher thoughts and protect them, because they need to be protected. Maybe they don't need to be protected, but I definitely think they need to be shared. And I appreciate you guys. And we are.